co-founder of OceanGate has just revealed that he wants to send 1,000 people to a floating colony on Venus.
Hello, Dylan Page. I mean, he's ambitious, but you kind of got a few things wrong about Venus there, mate. Having a Bespin-style cloud city in the upper atmosphere of Venus, it's actually a plausible idea that even NASA is considering. Because yes, the temperature is hotter than any other planet in the solar system on Venus. Yes, the atmospheric pressure is 90 times that of the pressure on Earth at sea level. Yes, it does rain acid rain on the surface at sea level. In the upper atmosphere, however, high above the cloud tops, it's a completely different story. About 50 kilometers above the surface, the atmospheric pressure is 1 bar, which is equal to the pressure on Earth at sea level, and temperatures range between 0 and 50 degrees Celsius. This is where these hypothetical floating cities would exist, because believe it or not, this tiny area in the upper atmosphere of Venus is the most human-friendly and habitable place in the entire solar system besides Earth. There is nowhere else that we have found anywhere in the universe that is more friendly to life. At least human life. Aside from an oxygen tank, because there's no oxygen in the atmosphere of Venus, and maybe some protective clothing from the occasional acid drizzle, aside from that, you'd be fine up there. You wouldn't need a massive bulky pressurized suit like you would on the moon or Mars. Another fun fact, Earth's atmosphere is mostly nitrogen and oxygen. And because nitrogen and oxygen are lighter than CO2, which is mostly what Venus's atmosphere is comprised of, the air we breathe on Earth would literally float on Venus because it's lighter than the atmosphere. On Venus, nitrogen and oxygen are lifting gases, in the same way that helium is a lifting gas on Earth. In simple terms, create a bubble or a balloon, fill it up with some Earth-like atmosphere, and on Venus, it will float. The biggest challenge is finding a substance that is heavily resistant to sulfuric acid. You also have to deal with high altitude winds and the fact that Venus's rotation is incredibly slow. 243 Earth days, which is longer than a year on Venus, 225 days. Floating city would presumably just circulate with the atmosphere, which moves a lot quicker. Having said that though, I don't think this is the man to make it happen. If he wants to provide funding to make it happen, say NASA or SpaceX, then fair enough. I wouldn't want this man or anyone who had anything to do with OceanGate anywhere near this kind of stuff. Venus might actually be easier than the sub. And the only reason I say that is the pressure at the wreck of the Titanic is 410 bars. That's 4.5 times higher than Venus's highest pressure. You'd also need some protection from solar radiation because Venus has no magnetic field whatsoever, unlike Earth. Otherwise, yeah, floating cloud cities on Venus. Not a crazy idea.